Good evening, welcome, and thank you for joining me on U Sports on YouTube. My name is Chappy. I'm giving you Chappy Sports Report. I'm going to let you know what to look for in sports, what's been going on, how it's going to happen, who's going to do this, and what's going to go down. Okay, I'm going to start you out with Drew Brees. Okay, went in on Monday Night Football needing 305 yards to break Dan Marino's record of 5,084 set in 1984. Now, I'm not saying this was a lock, okay, for Dan to get this 305. But Atlanta has a subpar defense, 19th ranked passing defense in the NFL, giving up about 235 a game. Drew Brees has a record-setting 12 games this year with at least 300 yards thrown in the game. So sure enough, late in the fourth, Drew Brees at the 9-yard line, needing 7 yards. He hits Darren Sproles for a touchdown. Now that put him up big. Okay, they ended up winning 45-16. Now, some of the Atlanta fans kind of got a little irritated that Drew Brees was throwing late, putting on the points. But I don't, come on. He's at home. He's going for a really big record. Let him have it. He's a classy guy, So that's that. And by the way, Atlanta put up 7 points early, or they put up 1 touchdown in the first quarter. After that, they did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Quick point I want to make. I was looking at some records. Not some regular, some seasonal stuff. And I was looking at the most receiving yards for a receiver so far this season. I'm going to tell you who it is. Okay, it's Wes Welker. Now, I'm not bragging on Wes Welker right now. I'm bragging on Tom Brady. Okay, Wes Welker listed at 5'9", is the top receiver right now with the most yards. Tom Brady's throwing it to middle schoolers, okay, in the NFL, putting up these numbers. Number 2 receiver, 6'5", Megatron, Calvin Johnson, with Wes Welker having just over 1,500 yards, Calvin Johnson with just over 1,400 yards. I could throw 1,400 yards to Megatron. Just toss that baby up. So Tom Brady is making the best of what he's got. The Colts, they got a last-minute touchdown against the Texans. Orlovsky would be the quarterback of that game. And he threw a late one to Reggie Wayne. They got the win. Colts fans cheered, but I don't know if I want that if I'm a Colts fan. I kind of want that one pick. Team's been struggling. Let's go for that one pick. The Broncos, they lost to the Bills 40-14. Timmy Tebow's struggling, and that bandwagon is getting light. Now Tim's known for just kind of managing. Don't lose the game. Just kind of make it happen. Okay, just kind of do your business. 4 interceptions is not like Tim Tebow, because he didn't throw the ball. And throwing 4 interceptions, 1 interception was in the end zone for a Bills touchback. 2 was late in the fourth quarter for return for touchdowns. Timmy, what are you doing? I might be jumping off here pretty soon if you don't straighten up. So after a Chiefs' really good win over Green Bay, what happens next week? They lose in overtime to Oakland. So pretty standard for the Chiefs. Good job, bad job. Good job by Romeo Crennel, though, the new head coach for the Chiefs for now, at least. We'll see if they decide to keep him next year, which I would. The Fins were playing some ball in New England. They went into the half up 17-0. Fins were looking strong in this game. They could pull it out. Tommy's terrific. Third quarter comes around. Pats put up 17-0 points. So they tied up. Better team comes out on top, 27-24. Fins played really well, though, with not much to play for. Jets take another tough loss at home. Home to the G-Men. Obviously, they play, insane stadium. 29-14. Sanchez throws up 2 picks. Not a big Sanchez fan. Rookie year goes to the AFC Championship. Great defense. Next year makes it to the playoffs. Defense kind of comes down a little bit. This year, struggling to get into the playoffs. Defense is really struggling. That team's all about the defense. It's not about Sanchez. Okay, better defense, better team. Sanchez is just out there playing ball. It's all about the defense. Steelers, quick shout out. Got a 27-0 win over the Rams. A good point for them, though, is Big Ben did not play. Charlie Batch played. And they still, handled a bad team. But they handled it. The Vikes got a good win over an up-and-down Skins team. Skins up early, down late. But they got a nice win. Joe Webb. Not sure how long he played for, but he was 4 for 5 with 2 touchdowns. Good efficiency, Every other throw is a touchdown. While the Vikes get the win, they do get the true loss of losing AP. Ripped up his knee, torn ACL, MCL. With them, not making it to the playoffs, he is done for the season. So we'll have to see how he heals in the off season and coming up next season. The Bucks. Oh man! Every time I look down, I get more and more excited about what I got on my notes to talk about. The Bucks are imploding. They started out so strong with a good win over the Falcons, a win over the Saints. How did that happen? And this was looking like the division, the strongest division. With Carolina getting Cam, he's putting up big numbers. Who knows what's going to happen there? But like I say, Cam goes up for 3 touchdowns. Tampa Bay has 4 turnovers. Carolina beats them up 48 to 16. And speaking of that, Cam. Let's talk about a little rookie run here. Cam's looking really good for Rookie of the Year, but that's not who I'd give it to. It's because who's going to win it. Because he's putting up a lot of flashy numbers. That's who's going to win it. I wouldn't give it to him, though. I'd go Andy Dalton. Looking over 2 players in Cincinnati, as you know, Andy Dalton and A.J. Green are playing lights out. And I'm going to tell you why Cam's going to win this. He's going to get a lot of East Coast votes. Easily North-South Carolina, he's going to get all those votes. And then and Andy Dalton, he's not even going to get all the votes in Cincinnati because they're going to be split between him and A.J. So, unfortunately, I think, he's going to be putting up more of the W's, and he's going to get snubbed out of the Rookie of the Year. But Cam's playing fantastic. Please don't get me wrong here. Chargers. Here they come, right? Late season heroics. Sneaking into the playoffs, not so much. They took a really bad loss in Detroit, 38-10. Womped up on a great Ravens defense. Then they come to Detroit and they just kind of lay down flat. And San Diego's going to get tired of North Turner trying to pull this stuff every year. So if they don't make it in the playoffs, I think Norv's really on the hot seat. And so we'll have to see how that goes. Rex Ryan, excuse me, mentioned how if he had Norv's team, that he would probably already have some championship rings, and I actually agree with him. I think that if Rex has that team with a defensive coach and an offensive team, I think it's a great matchup, and he has some rings. Eagles, Eagles, yeah, but the Cowboys are just trying to get this division to the Giants. Cowboys lose at home to the Eagles, womped again. Tony Romo hurts his baby maker. And we're just going to see what happens next week. Cowboys are struggling, though. And one quick last night, the Niners, they sneak a little win out of the Sea Chickens, who are playing strong. Those Seahawks with Marshawn Lynch, the Beast, the Freak, Skittles, whatever you want to call him, dude plays ball. And I just can't wait to see him next year. And I think they have a possibility again in the playoffs. A little picky, but they might. It's quick NBA talk. I don't want to go too much because it's early. Don't want to make my predictions and who's doing this, who's doing that. Small NBA talk. Lakers got the first one over the Jazz, 96-71. Kobe Bryant getting 26. Got to watch his baby maker. Okay, heard it, but he played well. Shouldn't really panic yet with them only having 1 win, 1 and 2. They got Andrew Bynum coming back. Got a great coach in Kobe Bryant, because everybody knows you see him on the sideline. He's the one with the whiteboard, not Mike Brown, but it's gonna be Kobe Bryant. Mavs, panic meter. Where you at? Where you at? It's high. Okay. 0-2. They're getting swept around. They got knocked around Christmas Day. They got beat at home against the Nugs. They're looking old and slow. They look slow. That's all I gotta say about that. Atlanta played really impressive at the Nets, 106-70 win. Starters came off early, and what really impressed me was the bench play. A lot of good vets. Jerry Stackhouse, Tracy McGrady, who's won the scoring title a couple times. Bench looks really strong. Okay. Starting 5, great. Bench looks really strong. Boston, don't have a win yet. Okay. They've had a couple of 0-2, tough teams. Knicks, Heat. They should be fine. Like I said, they are getting old. I do agree with that, but they're gonna be fine. They're gonna bounce back. OKC looking really nice. They're looking like they're gonna win the West. They're 2-0. 2 young great players in Westbrook and Durantula. Those Durantula arms he's got. Talking about the Clippers bandwagon. I don't know if I'm on it. Okay, I watched Blake Griffin. He put up some numbers, but I feel like he forced a lot of shots, wasn't making good decisions, and I feel like they're the last year's Heat. They got some new big time players. It's gonna take them a year to meld, and they don't even have a year, to get together this year because of the shortened season. So we'll have to see what happens to the Clippers. Now that's all I got for that. Now what to watch for? We got some good games coming up here. We got the Boys and the Giants. Clearly, okay, this is a playoff game. Winner gets in. Lions and Green Bay. If Megatron and Stafford are clicking, this is going to be a real shootout. Chiefs and Broncos. Easy enough. Tim Tebow, Kyle Orton, old Broncos quarterback, going to go at it. Bengals, Ravens. Ravens played well against the Bengals early. I think the Bengals are going to hold with them a little bit better this time around. Don't know who's going to come out. Got one NBA game with the Knicks and the Lakers. So Lakers next game, they really need to get a win over a good team right here. I got my Fab 5 picks. Mark them down. These are guaranteed. They're not guaranteed. They're not. I'm guessing right now. But these are my Fab 5s. Got the Thunder and the Grizz. It's pretty much a pick 'em with Thunder -1. They can get the better team here. Two stars coming up. Swallow the point, take the Thunder. I'm a little nervous here because I got all favorites. Celts Hornets. Celts go into New Orleans. Don't have a win yet. Celts -3. They're going to be playing for a win. Swallow the points. Colts at the Jags. Colts can't win. The Colts can't win. Don't win. They're going to be throwing up ducks. Don't win. Jags -3.5. Swallow the points. Jags going to win. Ravens at the Bengals. Another pick 'em. Ravens -1.5. Bengals are going to stick with them. Ravens going to pull it out late. Not a Joe Flacco fan though. Ravens pull it out late. The Boys and the G-Men game of the week. G-Men -3 at home. Tony Romo. We already talked about the baby maker. G-Men, go pull it out. I want to thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, requests for next week, drop me an email at falconfan02@yahoo.com. Again, that's falconfan02@yahoo.com. No spaces, no gimmicks, no slashes, no dashes, no periods, no capitals. falconfan02@yahoo.com. Again, thank you very much. Enjoy sports. Enjoy your weeks. Enjoy your week. See you next week.